Hello and welcome to Brandex Reviews. Today is the 1st of January 2014, so Happy New Year. Now, in this one I'm going to be looking at the Thanos Rising graphic novel. This was something that I got given to me for Christmas. I am a bit of a fan of the Thanos character. A lot of you might kind of realise who this guy is, and how also he's going to be fairly relevant in the upcoming Avengers tie-in films that Marvel have been putting out. Now, if you do see him in the Avengers Assemble film, which came out in 2012, sort of midway into the credits.
Now, the general theme of the 2012 film Avengers Assemble was that there was an invasion of planet Earth by this alien race, the Chitauri, which are working alongside Loki. Now, you get to feel that they are working for somebody, but you don't really get to see who that person is until right at the end of the film, sort of part of the way into the end credits. The Chitauri leader is talking to somebody, but you don't really get to see him until he turns round, which is what you'll see here.
And from my understanding, he's going to be featured in the Guardians of the Galaxy film, which is due out later this year in August 2014. And I also understand, it was my original understanding that he was going to be the villain in Avengers 2, which is due out in 2015, but that is no longer to be the case. I believe he's going to be in Avengers 3, which is out in 2018, so this is a character that you're going to be seeing a lot of, to film goers anyway. But in terms of the comic book series that Marvel have been doing since year zero, pretty much.
Now, Thanos first appeared in Iron Man number 55 back in the 70s, and he reappeared a few times, but this was how you first saw him. He hasn't really changed much in appearance over the decades, but his main story arc came in the 90s in Jim Starlin's Infinity Gauntlet series, which has been compiled into one graphic novel that you can buy just called Infinity Gauntlet. There is another graphic novel that you can get that kind of is a precursor to that, which was called Silver Surfer Rebirth of Thanos. So if you're going to get those, I would get it in that order and then get the Infinity Gauntlet. There's another one called Avengers vs Thanos, which covers his early appearances. So those are the three that you need to get: Avengers vs Thanos, Silver Surfer, Rebirth of Thanos, and Infinity Gauntlet. The graphic novel I'm about to review here is a 2013 origin story, and it's called Thanos Rising.
It's basically a kind of a retelling of the origin story of Thanos, and it came out fairly recently. It's not a very big graphic novel, as you can see. It's broken down into 5 issues, and it didn't take me very long to read. It's less than an hour, I think it was, and that was taking time just to kind of look at the artwork as well. So, but it is a good one. It's had some pretty bad reviews, I've noticed, on some of the websites, but I was quite pleased with it. The artwork is very good. The creators of this one, it was Jason Aaron, who did Thor, God of Thunder, and also Wolverine and the X-Men, and also Simone Bianchi, who did Wolverine and Astonishing X-Men. That's just some of the stuff that's been done on here. Now, as I say, it's an origin story, and it covers Thanos' early years kind of thing, from pretty much from birth. It shows when he was born on Titan, which is one of Saturn's moons, and his mother tried to kill him when he was born, but failed. She was stopped and kind of thrown into a loony asylum, and he grew up and kind of became obsessed with killing things, but didn't really know why. And he had this female character that was kind of like a Lady Macbeth type character to him. Kind of drove him astray, and it later turned out that character was Death, Lady Death or Mistress Death. In the Marvel Universe, Death is a female character that Thanos is in love with, and to please her, he just kills as many people as he can, which was something, again, that you saw in the Infinity Gauntlet. So you kind of see how that all came about and how he met her. There's also a little bit of a twist as well, in that it's kind of suggested that Death isn't even a real character. It's just a figment of his imagination, that he's that crazy that it's just something that he's kind of manifested himself. It's kind of hinted at in this. Not really much else to say. It's quite a straightforward story. If you're familiar with Thanos' origins. It's been touched upon in other comics. Back in there's another one that you can get, a collection that's called Avengers versus Thanos. That's quite a good collection of stories, and it shows in that some of his origins, and it basically does kind of tally with that as well. So it's quite well done, quite loyal to the original origin story, but this just kind of goes into a bit more depth. I do recommend it anyway. It is quite a good one, and like I say, if you're interested in the films and you want to know more about who this character is that you're going to be seeing in the Avengers tie-in films, it's a good one to read because it gives you the basics on who the character is.
There's also some pretty good artwork in this. In the back of the book, you do see some alternative covers like you normally get in graphic novels. There's a pretty good one which shows Thanos as like a kind of a cartoon-style baby with a balloon, a helium balloon that's got the face of death on it. There's also another alternative cover that's got Deadpool putting a whoopee cushion on Thanos' chair.
Deadpool isn't featured actually in the comics. It was just kind of a joke variant cover, which kind of showed in the back though. So I thought it was quite funny to see anyway. But like I say, I recommend it, and if you're interested in the character, definitely one to get. That's my review any of that one. If you check brandxreviews.com, there are plenty of other reviews on there. I think I have covered the Thanos character in the Thor: The Dark World review that I did, and also I did one of the Avengers films as well. I think I covered the character on that as well. So if you want to check on brandxreviews.com, you can find those reviews up there and others. If you also check back, we'll be doing further reviews and videos in the near future. So thank you very much for watching.
Lady Chaos, my twin flame, I thank you for the release, the joy that our love brings, and offer you this small gift of annihilation, and the promise of more to come.